Welcome to RUHardcore.
Well, thank you, Ed. But before we go any further, let's take time to acknowledge the people who helped to make the RUHardcore series what it is. It's hardcore time, my friends, and it's time for us to do some adventuring in the June 2021 RUHardcore Challenge, The Adventurer. Please feel free to pause the video and read the book for the details, but it'll be easier to explain as we go along. That boop you just heard was me turning on the cords above my hotbar. Now, it should be noted that Ed posted a video explaining all the details of this challenge. If you're interested in trying it out, then definitely give it a watch. There's a lot to go over. But in the interest of getting this video going, I'm going to try and explain it to you as we go along. So without further delay, let's answer the question, are you hardcore? As you can see, we've been given some special items for this challenge. 5 sticks of dynamite, a flintlock pistol, a grappling hook, and something called a block hoover. Now let's go look at this glowy thing over here. I'm going to pause the video for a moment while I explain. This is a rift. Rifts are bad. Rifts are evil. Rifts bullied you when you were a child. They are everything that is wrong with the world and simply must be closed. When we close one rift, another rift will open somewhere else in the world. They are relentless, and we're the only thing that stands between them and world domination. We will be alerted there's a new rift to close when we hear this sound. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to close as many of these rifts as we can before time runs out. All you need to remember is they are bad, and we are going to close them. Okay, so now that you understand how evil they are, all we have to do to close them is stand on them. Yeah, it's a bit anticlimactic, but don't be fooled by how easily they are foiled. They are still evil. You can see the counter on the right showing that we have now closed one rift. When we hear the rift noise again, a new one will have opened. But before we forget, we are still playing Minecraft, and we are in hardcore mode. We still have to do the basics of collecting items. And that's how the block hoover works. You point at a block and click it to vacuum it up. You can see from the battery power above my hotbar how many blocks we can break before it's out of power. Thankfully, it recharges over time, so even though it's out of charge now, we'll be able to use it again soon. Until then, let's remember our basics and make a crafting table and some basic tools. Well, that was a strange puff of smoke. Odd puffs aside, I see the hoover has a charge again, so let's grab some stone. Okay, so while I'm collecting blocks, let's go back to the special items we have. The dynamite is basically throwable TNT. The pistol is, well, a pistol. It requires paper, iron nuggets, and gunpowder to use. So it's kind of cool, but it takes some work to maintain the inventory to keep it going. There are some special ways to obtain gunpowder, but we'll go into the details of that later. Ah, there's the rift sound, so we now know a new rift has opened, and it's off to the east by the sound of it. Now, some may be wondering how far away it is. All we know at this point is that it is within 1,000 blocks from us in the general direction of the noise. Well, you don't see that every day, do you? Please bear with me through all this explaining. I promise to get it over as quickly as I can, but there is a lot going on in this hardcore challenge that I need to address. The world we are in has 4 dynamic biomes: overgrowth, crystal, hardened, and canopy. What does that mean? Well, the dynamic biome part means that the biome is going to change while we are in it. Case in point, there appears to be a canopy growing over our heads. I imagine that as that gets denser and denser, it's going to make spawn very dangerous as it just gets darker and darker. My guess is this is canopy. As we travel around, we will find that the biomes change in different ways as we cross over into the crystal, hardened, or overgrowth areas. It'll be interesting to see, to say the least. So up till now, I've just collected some wood and a lot of food. So I should probably get a little more stone so I can cook that food at some point. This looks like as good a spot as any. Get a little stone and... oh! Creeper! Before I get too far into this, I need to mention that this is not my first attempt. This is in fact my 4th attempt. I spent the first challenge playing around with the grappling hook and not noticing the mobs spawning around me. It didn't go well. I had similar results in the 2nd and 3rd runs, forgetting that I was playing hardcore because of all the toys I had to play with. So this is my 4th run, and I'm going to stay focused. This is hardcore. There's rifts, there's toys, but it's hardcore. I'm going to focus on that. We just heard a reminder about the rift, and it's definitely off to the east. But before I worry too much about the next rift, I'm going to collect as much food as I can and maybe go underground and collect some basic materials, like coal and iron. Rifts are evil and must be closed, but I need to be able to stay alive to close them, so that has to take priority. I feel like I'm skipping over some things, so let's go back and finish explaining. Remember that creeper? I one-shot him with the pistol. Pistol doesn't one-shot everything, but headshots can. That was why I took so much time. I was lining up the shot to make sure I hit him in the head. And remember that shooting the pistol used up 1 paper, 1 gunpowder, and 1 iron nugget. If I want to keep using it, I have to maintain supplies of those 3 items. There's the rift noise again. I think we're heading in the right direction. Okay, there's one more thing to talk about, and then we can focus on playing the game. The grappling hook. Ed came up with this cool new toy that allows us to swing around like little monkeys on a vine. I mean, just look at Ed go. That really looks like amazing fun. And as much as I would love to be able to my way around the place, I sadly have to report I am an utter failure when it comes to using the grappling hook. I spent a lot of time trying to work it out, and Ed even made a special test world just so we could learn it outside the challenge itself. It didn't help. I don't blame the tool, I blame the Gragore. The end result is you won't see me use the grappling hook very much. I really wish I could, but we're just going to have to put that behind us and get back to playing the game. The only other rules for the challenge are no sleeping, phantoms are turned off so we don't have to worry about that, but we do have to survive the night. And last but not least, no going into the nether. We just heard that rift noise again, and it's definitely off to the east of us. But we're still naked, and night is coming soon, so before we head underground, let's make sure we have enough wood on us in case finding coal becomes an issue. One thing I just noticed when I pulled the block hoover out was the battery charge was at 40, and I haven't been using it for quite a while. That makes me think it has a max charge as well, so might as well use it when we can. Huh, looks like the canopy is forming even down in the ravines. Oh, looks like we have some easy iron over here. Might as well grab it while I can. Yes, I know, there's a rift. We're still not that far from spawn, and it can be 1,000 blocks away from the last location, so we're probably still pretty far away. I'm not too worried about it right now. Like I've been saying, I'm going to collect food and resources for the first day. You know, I know the sun's going to be setting soon, but with the canopy over our heads, I really can't see where it's at. I'm just guessing it'll be dark soon. Geronimo! My whole drive right now is just surviving this first day. Remember, the first 3 runs ended very poorly for me, and all because I just wasn't paying attention to what was going on. So for this first day, I'm not even going to think about that rift, even though it's evil, until I have some armor and iron tools. Once that's out of the way, then we're going to throw caution to the wind and be rift-closing machines. You know, this has been a pretty good ravine for us. Lots of iron and coal, which is going to make things so much easier all around. All I need to do now is cook up the food and smelt some iron, and we will be set for some adventuring. And now, through the magic of editing, the food is almost done, and I thought I might as well try out one of these sticks of dynamite and see what it can do. My theory is they are one of those things you hold on to in a game, always waiting for just a perfect chance to use them, only to finish and never actually use them. They take up a lot of inventory space, so let's see just how powerful they are. Not bad. Not bad at all. But we'll definitely have to be careful when using these in the future. Okay, let's break these furnaces and see what we have. Yes, Rift, I hear you. We'll be coming for you soon enough. Looks like we have enough iron for a full set of armor. And remember, we don't have a helmet because true hardcorers don't wear hats. I mean, come on, you can't have a hat and be truly hardcore, can you? That's right. I thought not. Okay, it looks like the canopy's really started to cover the area up. It's either night out or it just looks like it's night out because of all the leaves over our heads. Either way, we should probably light things up, right? I know I said as soon as I had armor and tools we would go rift hunting, but I'm kind of in two minds at the moment. Do I dig deeper for those diamonds or do I go rift hunting? Diamonds or rifts? Diamonds or rifts? Until I make up my mind, let's grab a bucket of water. Even if we don't go for those diamonds, it's always nice to have one on you. You know, from the way things are lit down here, it almost looks like it's day out again. I'm really not sure the night is past and it's safe to travel again and the canopy is blocking all the light. I think it's day. I really need to keep better track of time. Oh, that looks like a bit of daylight through the canopy. Let's go have a look. Whew, more iron. I thought my hoardy senses were tingling. There goes the rift again. Let's get up on the surface and see what we can do to find it. Diggity dig 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 diggity dig dig dig. Wow. That's a whole lot of canopy. You know, this is your lucky day, sheep. I'm full up on food. See you around. So let's see. The rift is off to the east. Might as well grab some sugarcane and have more paper for the pistol. Wait. That's not right. Something new seems to be happening. I think we just crossed over into a new dynamic biome. Let's see, the others are overgrowth, crystal, and hardened. So I'm guessing this is hardened? Seems like new blocks are falling from the sky. Oh, this could be trouble. Tune in next time to find out, does Gragore survive rocks falling on his head? If he stays in hardened too long, will it all just become one big game of parkour? All these questions and more await you in episode 2, coming soon to a streaming service near you. See ya. Oh, what the f—
¡Ay, caramba!